Good morning, everybody. It's Sally, and I am back from a very restful time away. For those of you who know, I went on a 5 night, 4 day, basically 4 point whatever day cruise out of Baltimore to Bermuda with my husband. It was one of those last minute grab the deal and go things. We've never done it. We're trying to be more adventurous. We haven't cruised in 10 years, and that was on Carnival to the Bahamas. And Bermuda has been a place I've always wanted to see. So it was very much fun, I must admit. There were, of course, a lot of challenges as far as the food. Yes, I who sound so lofty and far above it all that I'm sure most people cannot relate to the way I kind of hunker down around food and my house and my environment, that I keep things away from me. Um, that's how I have survived. That's how I've managed to maintain my 120, give or take, plus or minus a couple of pound weight loss over the last 2 years, or the last, I don't know, one and a quarter, or 1.5 years. Um, and it's safe that way. I don't have to go out in the real world. I don't have to eat out. I don't have business lunches and business dinners. I don't do business. I live my little life, and it's safe. And I don't have a lot of stress, eating issues, because I don't have to. I'm done raising my children. I take care of the animals. I take care of the house, sort of. And I manage the food issues and the grocery shopping. So my life's very simple, and I like it that way. I choose my adventure where I want to find it, and that is always a little stressful sometimes. New and unknown can be a little anxiety producing. But anyway, I digress. The cruise. I wish in hindsight, by the end of day one, and that's like day and a half, like the second day, a full day on the ship, I realized that the food thing was already, the monster had gotten a control over me, and it frightened me. And if I had had a talk with myself before going on this venture, knowing that there would be multiple opportunities to eat, little did I realize the person I am now would still be so grossly affected. Excuse me, the dog needs to go out. Paka, this isn't a good time for me. Go, go. Stay out. I'm done. Sorry. That the person I've become and the changes I feel like I made permanently in my life were still up for some debate or grabs or severe enticement. Um, I didn't go on the cruise with the mindset, you're going on vacation, you eat what you want and don't deprive yourself. I never had that conversation with myself. I didn't have the preferred conversation, which would be, make the best choices you can, treat yourself in moderation, and don't feel guilt. Or X, and walk around the ship, 4 times a day to give yourself a few miles in there. And I haven't done a lot of exercise since I had my plastic surgery at the end of September. I didn't really feel like I was up to steam, and then you'll know I got sick with some kind of skin infection or something. And I finished my meds, and I think that's totally behind me now. I feel fine. I did not go swimming. Doctor advised me not to get in the water, so I did not. It was very cold. Also a reason you want to eat more when it's very cold. But by the end of the second day, I was really frightened that I was totally out of control. And even though it just gets to be, it's so easy to fall into the habit of walking through and having whatever you feel like. I mean, there was a frozen yogurt machine on one of the decks, and it was fat free, but still, or low fat, but still. When you get used to having ice cream every time you think about it, or I mean, we did do room service a bit for snacks because our dinner was 8:30 at night. I do not eat at 8:30 at night. I'm asleep at 8:30 at night generally. So I had to have coffee first thing, breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch of some kind, afternoon snack, and then afternoon snack late enough to make me get through till 8:30 dinner, which I really didn't care if I ate at 8:30, but you're eating it because you paid for it. It's a sit-down dinner. So my issue with the cruise was mindless eating. There's a place you can walk through where you can get food, breakfast and lunch. It's an open thing. You just walk through, but there's just masses of buffets everywhere. And I usually had fruit, and some yogurt and a this and that for breakfast, but then there's the croissants and the little pastries, and then there's always desserts. So there's a cookie here, and there's a piece of pie there, and there's tasting of 2 or 3 desserts here and there, and there's bread. Oh, there's bread rolls and fancy grain, and I really like bread and butter. So I did a lot of mindless eating because if you walk by it and it drew you, I picked it up, and before you knew it, you'd put it in your face. Nay, even if and I did dump at least twice. Got so sick I had to lay down and go to bed. Sometimes when I was really hungry and I couldn't get to regular food, I grabbed something sweet and it took me right down. So I mean, lessons are hard learned, even as far out as I am, which is still only 2 years past my surgery. But I have to say I survived. I gave myself, I felt really fat yesterday. Yesterday was the day we came home. And then not last night, I said, my clothes are feeling tight. I am not comfortable. Um, but I swore to myself that I would, this is what I do when I go on a trip or anything like this. I'm already beating myself up enough. I have to pray to God that the tool works for me when I go back to really utilize it again, which will be this week. Um, and that no, you have to wait. So, oh God, that gets my mind off track, and I'm so ADD anyway. So, the key for me is not to weigh. I can take a wild guess and say I feel 5 to 7 pounds heavier than when I went on the cruise, which would be 135 to 137 or 136 to 138, something in that range. No idea. But nor will I have any idea because I will not weigh for 7 days post vacation. Whenever I'm out of my element and we're doing vacation eating of any kind, which really hasn't been often, or out of my comfort zone, out of my realm where I have control over the food completely, um, or exposure to food, more likely exposure to food, then I do not weigh for a week. My promise to myself is to get back on track and make the healthiest choices and eat in moderation again. None of the crap, none of the junk, none of the sweets. Made my lentils this morning first thing, made ratatouille last night, which I know has no protein, but it's just vegetables and it's filling and it's warm. And I needed warm comfort food that was satisfying. So I'm good to go. I need to go get some more protein bars. They definitely keep me on track. And I'm good to go. But I will not weigh for a week, and that is my rule. And I already feel better this morning than I did yesterday. So I have hope and confidence that I can conquer this beast this week. Yesterday, after getting home from the cruise ship about noon, I still had that need to eat, time to find something else. Where's a little carb? Where's a little sweet? Where's another little carb? Where's a drink? I didn't drink a lot on the cruise because I'm just basically too cheap. And that's a story for another day. I need to definitely make a video about some of the things I learned about myself just being on a cruise with my husband for a week. But that has nothing to do with food and more to do with me. And I will do that in a separate video. So this is the week back on to see can Sally really kick it. And today I feel very confident. Yesterday I was kind of scared, really scared because I was hungry as of 8 o'clock last night. I was like, okay, what can I have and eat? Oh, let me have that bowl of cereal like you're having. My husband had some peanut butter crackers. I went, that peanut butter smells so good. I need to have some peanut butter. I couldn't. I was not in control. Today I feel very in control. I feel very put together. I feel very strong. I feel my clothes are feeling comfortable. Of course, I'm wearing the loosest thing I own. Um, but I feel good. So anyway, that's it. Just wanted to check in. Never say die. I know I haven't put myself to the test like a lot of people, but this will be the week, and I'm going to report in to make sure you guys know, am I struggling? Am I able to kick it? And maybe there'll be some insight there on real keys on how to nip that craving, hungry kind of monster in the bud. I had a great time. I felt beautiful 90% of the time. I did have a few emotional issues about my legs and my body parts and the reality of what plastic surgery can and cannot do for a woman of my age and skin elasticity issues and crepey old age skin, a person who has not lotioned their body most of their lives. I mean, it is what it is. But I can tell you, I felt really beautiful thanks to my CO2 laser treatment. So anyway, I gotta go answer the phone. I'll talk to you guys later. It's good to be back. I'll see you soon. Bye.